We're here with third-year UMD women's tennis coach Bob Skenzich, whose club will make its 2015 debut this Sunday morning against crosstown rival St. Scholastica. First of all, Bob, the most noticeable difference between this year and your previous two seasons is your roster size. This is the first time you've really had any sort of depth, isn't it?
Since I've been here, we almost doubled the size of our team this season. So it's and that does a lot of good things. Not only, it adds talent. We're a lot deeper, but also it adds intensity with our workouts and with our just overall practice. There's a lot of variety of different things that we can do that we couldn't do before. Different people, to bring different things. And it's just a lot more fun. There's a lot more options.
And speaking of that, with this larger roster at your disposal, do you see some players playing singles or doubles matches only? You haven't had that luxury in the past, but do you see that becoming more common this year?
Yes. Especially in the beginning of the season, we're going to see who rises to the top as far as singles and doubles goes. Especially doubles-wise, we can see who fits and plays better just together. Also, we have some girls coming in that have a ton of doubles experience. Kelsey Zeta is one of them that played a lot of doubles, along with some other players, but just seeing her on the court and seeing the way that she anticipates and sees the doubles court is going to really, really benefit, especially us in certain spots where we lacked last year.
Okay, then let's look a little bit at your team. Having seen your captain Alyssa Brunelli back after sitting all of last season with a knee injury, that has to be a big boost for your team's prospects this spring, I would imagine. Just not having her back, but what she brings in the locker room and whatnot.
Definitely, yeah. It was a big. Even having her on the sidelines it was still having her energy, her intensity. She brought a lot to the team just being around. But having her on the court, whether it's practice or a match, just brings another level. When she on the practice court, her energy, her intensity is contagious, and that just raises everybody's level. But also just her ability is big, and her leadership. It's crazy to think that she's a senior, and her as much. A big piece of her was gone because she wasn't able to play last year, and she wants that piece back, and she's going to get that this season. It's going to be exciting to have her back in the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. What can we expect from the other 5 veterans you returned from a year ago?
Well, they learned a lot last year, especially when you talk about Drew, who played a lot of 2, and Kara Seaman, who played a lot of 1. They took some thumps. They had some tough matches, and their record showed it. And but what it also, one of the intangibles is they got a ton better and a lot smarter. So adding Alyssa in the lineup, that's just going to make us overall stronger. So it's going to be exciting to see how those new people fit in and how the veterans, where everybody lands. So it's going to be good.
Who are some of the newcomers? You have 6. Who are some of these that you expect to have an impact with this year's team?
Shelby Pankowski, she's got some great strokes. She's a big ball, both singles and doubles. She's going to add a lot. And then we get into Kelsey Zeta and Jillian Clausen. We're going to add a ton to our team. Again, we go down the roster and it's even more depth with Katie Bosch and Carly Weber, our Chicago, our Illinois import. So she's going to add some Bears fans to the team, but and also Emma Bartels, who's. It's again, we're all clumped up at the bottom. I don't want to say bottom. We're very clumped up in that lineup. And we have a lot of options. We have a lot of diversity as far as the style of game, especially in the singles court. But that competitiveness that they bring to the court, it's going to make everybody better as the season goes on. I can already see it. We've been practicing for a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see that, especially once our matches start up.
And finally, this year's NSIC race, who do you see as a team or teams to beat?
That's Augustana's always tough. Mary kind of was surprising last season. They're good, but they did very well. And obviously, Winona and St. Cloud are always up there towards the top. But usually Augustana's the toughest team in the section, and we draw them at the end of the season, so it'll be good to kind of culminate with the biggest team. But again, we can't look past what we're going to start out with.
And how about your team? Where do you think you fit in the league standings?
We like to have high expectations and high goals, but also realistic goals. We're definitely shooting for the NSIC tournament. We talk a lot about goals and what we're trying to do, and again, it's to improve. Last year we came in near the bottom, if not the bottom. Everybody asked me, how's the team this year? And I said, well, we're going to be better because it's going to be, we're going to be stronger, and especially with the competition we're having at practice. I'm really excited for the season.
Okay. Thanks, Bob.